gravity was still a ship-level constant. Nearby, the janitors wavered, their eyes wide, their faces more confused than grateful. Natalie sighed. What were you doing during the Vi War, Mixascanio? I was completing my robotics degree. Right. You were basically sitting on Europa Station eating candy with your thumb up your ass, Natalie said. Infiltration is a specialist's game, and I don't care what the board says. You can't just drop unconditioned indentures down the chute and expect them to do a good job. I'm the only one here who can. Ascanio bristled. Ms. Chan, if the board finds out... Natalie sighed. Her head researcher's blatant brown-nosing was exhausting. She made a mental note to deal with it later. I'm sick of the board getting in my face on this. No other directorate on Vancouver gets this kind of oversight. Just me. Just applied kinetics. They must have their reasons. And this is mine. People are dying, Ascanio. Drop me. Natalie caught some hesitation in Ascanio's stance. She wondered about it briefly, because the engineer was always so confident, but before Natalie could ask about it, Ascanio's hands slipped clean and quick into the now familiar motions that activated the proxy rig. After that, it all came very quickly, exactly as Natalie expected. The prick of the needle, the rush of the meds, the ache of being poured into the proxy puppet pancreas first, followed by the silence of her beating, thrashing heart, and the sheer animal panic of, death, death, this is death, until the puppet's HUD matrix smashed straight into her prefrontal cortex, jerking her awake, bringing her boggled senses back online. Sunlight wailed around her, as if she were actually on bittersweet, her feet covered in its thin golden dirt. Natalie struggled to stand and walk, feeling sudden, stabbing adrenaline spike behind her sternum. Something's wrong, her adrenals shouted, and she spent a few precious seconds searching for hostiles before she realized the wrongness was wrapped around her tongue, was the half-sweet filtered air of Vancouver rather than the 10-strong tang of a tank on her back. A view of the applied kinetics lab, Ascanio, the techs, the lab rats, flashed in front of her eyes for a moment, unstable and withering. Ms. Chan, please check in. She heard Emerson Ward's wry, granular voice in a broken half-echo, as if he were both 6 inches from her face and 6,000 clicks away. He was all business on shift, of course, tight-shouldered and blanched, his sallow hair drawn up in ribbons, his raw-boned frame steady at the interface. He was good at business, good at separating his role as her operations officer from the things he did to her with his hands in the middle of the night. Her vision blurred, and she stumbled to a halt. You're messing with my immersion, Mr. Ward, Natalie said, feeling a sudden saber-sharp headache. Can you use the interface on the other side of the room so I don't hear you twice? He went quiet for a moment. She heard faraway boot strikes, and his voice adjusted to fit the tinny suit speaker she was used to. Better, sir? Somewhat. Acknowledged. Mixascanio and I would like to go through the pre-engagement tests. No time, Natalie said. My head feels like someone's put a spike through it. I want to get this done. More silence, like he was using the haptics to communicate with the other scientists in the room so she couldn't hear. Typical. Proceed, Ms. Chan, Ward said. She swallowed. Immersion. She needed to stay immersed in this. I'm the one on the ground. I'm on bittersweet. There is only a half-inch of fabric and plasteel between me and sucking down certain death. She lied to herself. And she marveled at how similar the interaction felt to querying the memory device she was wearing. No, she reminded herself, that her body was wearing back on Vancouver.